Okay, right, we're here for the first episode of what I think is going to be called the Fly High Cast or the Flying Higher Cast, something along these lines. Haven't quite got a name for it yet, but my co-host Jane Bowl is here with me.
Yeah, how you doing?
This is going to be the setup. This is going to be me and him recording this. It's like a joint thing we're doing together. Plenty more videos.
Excited.
Very excited. Very loads of ideas, like loads of shit we want to do. Like we know exactly what we want to do. Just a few more things to like start off and plan out. So if you think it looks like I'm on my phone all the time, I'm not. I've just got everything written down on here.
You got to look up the subjects.
Exactly that. So I would have it all on a laptop, but that is what it's all being recorded off of instead of a computer. So that's why it's there. So first off, just introduce basically myself because I've redone this channel like 3 times now. It started off doing like Counter-Strike content and started off doing other content and this and that. But like now I officially know what I want to do. So I'm Jack.
Takes time to get there.
Exactly that. Exactly. Jack, 19. Love football and skateboarding. Being with my friends, all that sort of fucking like cool shit. Like, just want this something to be something I can just talk about anything like together, like anything deep, anything, just any level. We can just talk about all the sorts of things, just get things off our chest, and just also
Come
just a
hang
good
out.
platform. Exactly.
Chat with us, talk about your film life. Solid, why not?
Exactly.
Fun.
So obviously, Jamie.
So I'm Jamie Harris. I'm 19 also. What know about me? I just love doing whatever the hell you need to do in life, but in a way that's going to help you in the future. So I love skating, I love working, I love being outdoors, and you just got to do what you want to do to get out there. Just have fun.
Exactly.
You got short time.
That sums us up, right?
Sums us up.
Yeah, so that's basically like the first subject I wanted to get into, and that's just talking about the pursuit of dreams, because I always feel like at this point now, where we've left school and left college, and it's sort of like in the real world now, it was either pick to go to uni, which obviously is still further education, but
This
it's
is
like
a time where if you want to pursue something, you've got to go ham with it. Or
exactly.
Happen.
You've got to actually do something now. It's no longer like, you know, when I was in school, where you always said like you knew what you wanted to do or wanted to be. It's like,
or people were telling you what you should and shouldn't be.
exactly. It's like now you actually should like actually
Just
push
go
for
for
it now. Yeah, exactly. So it's more along the lines of being like, for example, 19. Everyone is doing different things now. You're either just finishing your last year of apprenticeship. You're in full-time work. You know, you're at university.
There's a lot of different things.
There's
going
so
on.
many different things where people like sort of finding about like what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people fall in the trap of panicking about money,
Yeah.
going straight into something full time,
Successful, having materialistic things.
having instant success is like such a big thing for young people
Yeah.
because you see
it everywhere.
Yeah.
That everyone's so young and so far in career, especially on YouTube and platforms like that, which are so great and have opened up so many possibilities for our generation, while at the same time force people to think that if they're going to be successful, they need to be having fucking Lambos by the time they're 21 or mansions like this. You know what I mean? It's what people are brought up on nowadays.
exactly that. Yeah, you're right, because I saw on Logan Paul did a podcast at Jake Paul's wedding, whatever we want to call that, and this 15-year-old was on there. I think you might have heard of him. I can't remember his name. He's got like 2.5 million subscribers on YouTube. He come out when he was talking about it for the little time that he did. I'll mute that. When he came back and talked for the little time that he did, he basically said like he had instant success because he knew what he wanted to do. He knew the videos he wanted to make, and he had instant success. And I was listening to this kid like, "Fuck me, you're 15. You're that's really good."
Yeah.
And then the next thing he talks about, how much money you make.
Yeah.
It's like straight to money. It's like instantly money. It's like how much did you make? And he made like about $1 million since he started YouTube, which was like a year ago.
Whilst money should be a driver of what you want to do,
Absolutely,
because ultimately you need it.
Of course.
That shouldn't be your only driver. You've got to remember where you came
Yeah.
from, what your passions are. You're never going to really be successful or make money if it's not something you're going to want to grind at 24/7.
Yeah, it's so
People
true.
need to stop going into loops where they think, oh, it's a decent amount of money if you hate it. You need to find yourself, and there's always ways to make extreme monies in whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah, it just depends how much work you
you
want
need
to
to
put
stop
in.
focusing on what's the paycheck and what is it I'm willing to grind for.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's sort of what I'm getting at with these people like our age that do rush into things so quickly. And then I even feel sorry for people like that in a way, because you get caught in like a vicious cycle of like, you don't want to leave the job because you have security and money.
Yeah.
Like security is like such a
It's
big
about
thing.
being in that uncomfort zone. You need to get out of that comfort. You need to, without failure, you're not going to have success. So everyone says it, everyone preaches it, you hear all the time, but it is the truest thing that you can say.
Yeah, it's like people don't want to, which I understand. I'm not saying I'm doing this because I haven't actually done it. Like, I'm just saying, it's like people want to, like, say for example, they want to like be a YouTuber or want to be a rapper or something, right?
Anything.
And they'll like barely do it in their spare time, and they won't fully commit to it. when
or
like
they're too embarrassed, which is another thing.
yeah, that's a huge thing. That's huge because especially with YouTube, that for me back in the day, that was just one of the biggest things.
Especially where we come from, South England.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Like if you're in America, I feel like it's a lot easier to start a YouTube channel and to like tell your friends and like your year
Not be
group or
slated
whatever.
about it. I feel that's another big thing, a big topic on dreams and success as well. It really, people you hear all the time as well, is who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Because if you're surrounded by people that are going to judge you and take the mick out of you and laugh at you for doing these things, then you're never going to get there. That's what I mean. Another thing that you need to find passion for. You don't care what anyone's thinking about you. You need to just be alright with going for it.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people at this age struggle with, because they're so worried about the likes from social media, what people are going to say, what people are going to think. But really, you just need to be and do whatever the fuck you want to do, really.
Yeah, and that's why I actually am, I know we've sort of gone all over the place, talking about the same similar thing, but I want to like touch on what you just said because it's really important. Instagram been getting a lot of flack recently for they're removing likes basically, so you can't see other people's likes. You can see like one name and then it just says others likes or something. It doesn't say the number anymore, and you can't count and check the numbers anymore. They're getting rid of that because they want people to stop focusing on likes. It's literally all people care about, or clicks, or this, and it can get you down.
Yeah,
like even on like a small scale, even on like a not even 1% influencer scale, like just your friends. One picture might get 20 likes or 100 likes, say 100 likes, and the next one gets 20, and it's like these sort of things just like affect people, and they think, oh, now I need to upload something to catch up. Like, what's the thing with that? Like, do you know what I mean?
To it as well. I happened on my Instagram when I started going to the gym and stuff, and I was first got with my girlfriend's husband. I posted pictures, and you get more likes because more people related to that. I started doing skateboarding posts, and the likes, they were by the same people and people that were interested. So it was actually building a fan base sort of thing, or almost a friendship or community. Whereas the other ones were just people that could relate to that. And the likes went down, and I found myself like, what the hell? Like, why am I getting half the likes like that? And then I realised, why does that actually matter? I'm posting what I want to post on it. I need to stop being blinded by that. If I want to become something else, I can't be restricted by thinking I'm not getting as many likes yet. You haven't built a community or following in what you're pursuing it. That's all just friendships. They want to see the girlfriends, what you're up to. If you're trying to build like skater following, you need to get yourself out there in skating names. That's why the likes are going down. People need to realise that and stop frantically thinking, I've posted about this new thing, but it hasn't got as many likes as normally yet. So it's not just a family post, a friendly this and that. It's a hobby someone's interested in or might want to invest their time in.
Yeah, it's very true. It's like I've tried a lot of times to create photography accounts on Instagram and stuff like that, and I upload everything current that I've got, and then all of a sudden I'll like run out of photos to post that I've already taken, and I'll constantly thinking like I'm like forcing myself to go out, and like although whilst I still think like heavily agree that you should just get out there and do it, you know what I mean? I want to take photos, I wanted to make videos, I kept saying it, and it doesn't matter until you actually do it.
No, you gotta do it.
But with this photography thing, it wasn't like I enjoy taking like skateboarding photography. That's like a big passion of mine right now. Like I've only done it a couple of times. All I want to do is that. But I was like trying to convince myself to go out and do like landscape photography, for example, because I needed to upload on the Instagram. I needed to get likes, and I was like,
that's also good in some ways. You should go in different fields because you get experiences in different.
Yeah, it's awesome to do that. But if you're doing that and you are experimenting and you're like happy with like how that's going and you enjoy that area, that's like fucking great. Like if you do anything you enjoy, just do it. But that's my point, is I wasn't enjoying doing separate other different things. In my photography I want to do this stuff, and like photography is huge. Exactly that. Yeah, and it's sort of the same mindset comes into the videos that I just kept saying for so long. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna record a podcast here. I'm gonna start a podcast. Like I said twice. I've already tried to start up the podcast again twice, and like
there's always that mental blockage sometimes.
Exactly
that. You just got to start something, just get it and do it. You've just got to do it. It can happen.
But like that's so cliche, but so true.
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me, because like people overuse that on like influencers or YouTubers. Overuse that phrase, and kids are just so used to hearing it, they probably just brush it off now. But it's so true. Like
you got to take that leap.
Even with zero success, like there's as of recording this right now, there is zero success to what we're doing. But I actually know that if we keep doing this.
And there's excitement out of doing it.
Yeah, like I love this. I'm so happy doing this right now. I can't wait to like do this more. We've already talked about all these other plans and stuff we want to do.
This, skate, work in the day if I have to pay my bills, get along, enjoy life, and just do this.
And then if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere.
Yeah, that is what success is in life. People don't realise it's just living your life and having no regrets and going for it. If something takes off, then it takes off. That's often how it happens. You should still pursue it and have passion, but you just got to do what you love.
Exactly, that's so true, and that like. Elaborating on that, because I think it's quite an important thing to talk about. It's one of the topics I actually have down. is it actually viable to drop out of uni / job, whatever you're in, because obviously both are huge commitments, to pursue what you want to do? So that's like, I know that sounds quite self-explanatory, but say for example you're in a 9 to 5, you're earning 1,500 a month, and you've become accustomed to earning that much a month. So you've signed up for like Spotify, Netflix, you've got out a lease for a car, you're paying rent, you've got a holiday booked next year. So these are things which collectively every month you're going to have to be paying a bit of. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you have what I say is, obviously it is security. You're happy, you're earning this much, you're using this much, you're keeping this much, and every month it rolls over again. The exact same thing happens again. And then you want to become like, you know, a rapper, right? And to do that, you're like getting back from work and you're knackered, you're going to bed. But to really pursue it, to really grind and give everything, you realistically need to drop out your job and fully focus on it.
You do, yeah.
Right,
you
like give it.
Successful or something.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like.
People don't do it unless they're putting 100 hours a day. If you really want to success in something that you think there's a lot of competition, a lot of people out there, you've got to take that extra step.
Yeah.
There's that quote that I heard earlier. It's like, if you work the days that people aren't willing to do, then you'll like earn the money that no one else will.
Yeah, of course.
Or it's not even about the money, or you'll have the success that no one else will, because you're willing to give something up that other people aren't.
Exactly that.
You've got to invest your time to it.
Exactly that, and I think you can be like one of those crazy people, you know, like Logic did it. A lot of rappers that I know, actually just going off the top of my head, of rappers do it, that work like a job. Like they could work 9 to 5, they probably worked longer, and then like did everything through the evening again. If you're doing that, that's also great. Do that as well then. That's even better.
Yeah.
If you can work and then really grind your passion and accept you get like 3-4 hours of sleep every night and grind all weekend and really put as many hours as you can outside of your job into it, then that's fair enough. But I'm just going off like a realistic standpoint of that. Most people don't do that.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So like recently,
but that's what I've tried to do with the skateboarding. Like for example, I've been skateboarding 2 months, and I know now that I found a passion that I always have since I was young, but I left from it because of things that hazed me and stuff like that. And I've come back into it, and I went to work. I used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and I still do. At the moment, I've injured my ankle, so I've had the days off, obviously. I'd wake up at 5:30, you go to work, you get home by 5, you get changed, you're up the skate park at 5:30. I won't be home until 11 now. That wasn't necessarily just because I wanted to be a professional skater, that's because I wanted to get invested in this, learn the sport, learn boards, because I knew that now I wanted to be in this sort of company. So now I know that I've found people, friendships, made connections, riders, people that I love being around as well, that are all friends with us.
Yeah.
And I've now choose that I want to take my direction in the skateboarding industry, that I'm not going to say much about, but like the working, you work to save. Instead of using that security, I'm using it for a risk factor, save and invest.
Yeah.
And if you grind, if you're willing to do that, then it will happen. And people say you're burning the candle at both ends, but at the end of the day, I need this job, but I also need the hours. So you work them 5 hours afterwards, you get the sleep, you wake up, you grind, you do what you love. And I'll tell you what, I've never been happier. Because the skating, as much as it is grind, it is something I love. And as much as I'm learning from it, it doesn't feel like an effort. I'm going there because I want to.
Yeah.
And it's opened me up to so many more different opportunities that I'm really excited for.
Exactly.
That's what you just got to do.
You do, you really do. But I also like, to play devil's advocate of exactly what we've just been talking about, like I also think having like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year plan is also like a good idea.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
for example, like, I'm in university, I've just finished my first year.
Yeah.
I've never in my life felt more inspired to like pursue what I want to do. Like that is the truth. I've never actually been at this point in my life ever.
Yeah.
Still got 2 years of uni left. I'm grinding like at work as much as I physically can for what I do and whatnot here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
And recently, I know I've been talking to like my friend about doing like doing out like a van and going travelling and watching loads of travel vlogs and exploring vlogs and stuff like that. And I really want to do that. And then the other side of my head's like, no, you can't, because you're at uni. And then I'm like, I'll do it after uni, and I don't want to leave it. So I'm in the middle of this like 2 sides of me battling it out. Then I've actually come to the conclusion of actually having like a plan is like a really good idea for exactly what you just said. You're using your money. Like, yeah, you're working full time and you're not like putting every single hour of the day into it, but you're using it wisely, because that time that you're using now, I mean, it's not like you haven't got like a timer. It's not like you have to do it in like 10 days, 20 days, a month, 2 months.
I can save and invest, and I'll tell you what, I'm learning to trade whilst I'm at it. In the future, I'm going to save loads, because we've done all this garden by ourselves, and that's saved us thousands of pounds from not having to pay labour. You buy the materials, you do it yourself. I've learned that. I've learned mechanics. Although people say, oh, you don't want to get stuck in that, I'm not going stuck in that. Just at the moment, to give me some money and learn manual trades as well, so I'm not just as good in the office. Do you know what I mean? I can do anything all round. I can, if it comes to it, do anything I need to by myself in my house. So I've got the cars, and then you've got the labour and the groundworks, and I've drive machinery. Do you know what I mean? As well as the money to investment, you need to see it as a learning experience, and so many other things. You need to think of these opportunities as a dual. Stop saying, oh, I can either do construction, or I can make a skate company or be a YouTuber, you can say I can grind at that to earn the money to invest in this. Because this you're always thinking, oh, but I need investors, I need to pitch. If you just save up your own capital, if you make your own capital by yourself and you plan that out, you don't need investors. It's your own risk, and therefore you don't earn any more money anyway.
Yeah, it's so true.
And you're learning a trade. So think about the benefits of doing two things at once, rather than, there are times when, say if you've got to a point where, say if you started the company, I'm grafting the thing, I'm starting to get some sales now, but I haven't got the time to push that next level, then you quit that job, you've saved up that capital, you've got it in the business, then you can fucking quit that shit, you put all them hours in, you've got capital in the business, that one it will shoot off. It's all about timing. And you ask any smart businessman, they will tell you, idea is third, timing is first. You think about YouTube, someone made a platform about that about 5 years earlier, where they upload videos, but there was a codec problem where the videos could be downloaded quickly. As soon as Adobe Flash came out, YouTube was released. The timing it was released, everyone wanted it, it blew up. They didn't even know what they were making at the time. All they knew is there was videos where you could just stream it online. The first thing you could do that, it was all about timing.
Yeah, of course, it's super important, and that's the thing. Time can be used. Exactly. It can be used completely to your advantage. I think like the really good thing about say working all day and grinding through the night is that you can afford to pay these things that you just talked about, and then the other side of it is like, for example, for mine isn't like, not that yours is short term, obviously it's a long term thing what you're doing, absolutely, but mine just feels like it's got this like road, it's just like so long and I can't see the end of it, because it's like still got 2 years of uni, potential gap year, but you get through that and then they've got it like I know, like, you know, you could go super deep, like, you know, life ends at any moment. You don't actually have that long in life, but you have
different paths, mate.
Exactly. There's so many things you can really do, and I think like whilst you should put all your time and effort into it, also take your time and make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah. Like you said, time is the most important thing. Yeah, okay, it's all good like listening to all these inspirational quotes, and then tomorrow you quit your job, and then you try to be a YouTuber, and then like you're never going to take off instantly, more than likely, and it might all flop, and then you've ruined your life, and you can't pay your bills, you go in debt, and all that can happen. That's easily attainable for a lot of people. That can happen. Like seriously,
you can obtain security and dream chasing at the same time if you're willing to put the effort in. I think is what was trying to come from this.
Exactly.
I feel like people feel they've got one path or the other. Security or go for it. There's a way, if you're smart enough, if you use your time, and you say organisation, but you don't even need organisation, you just need some common sense in that field.
Yeah.
You can do both easily, and sometimes it feels better because you go to this different job, it may not be a grind the way you want, but it gets you in the grind mode. You go there, you know you're earning money to invest in yours, you get home thinking, I'm in grind mode still, you just don't stop, then I change, then I'm out, I'm still in grind mode, I've earned my money to invest in this now, what I'm doing. It feels like one whole day of pursuing what you want to do. There's ways you can do it.
Of course, yeah.
You have to have a bit of security.
You got to think smart, right? You got to play the smart game.
Play the smart game, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think like you said, I think you nailed it perfectly. People think there's always like just two paths and that's it. And I know that's sort of what I was saying originally, that there is two paths, but exactly, that's the whole sort of point, isn't it? Because whilst there's 2 paths, 3 paths, no paths, whatever, it's all about managing your time, putting the time in. Yeah. Time is like the most important thing, because like I said,
like, if you're trying to be a legend, like my brain right now quite owns Tesla.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. If you're trying to be an Elon Musk and you're trying to be a legend, you're trying to change the world. The reason he is so famous because he relates to a community. The reason he's got so many fans is because he's doing something for the better of the world. Like, he doesn't have the spokesmanship of Steve Jobs and all that, but he's doing that for the people with comfort who want technology.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Like, he works 16 hours a day.
Yeah, if you're trying to be
slept
him, you
in
need
the
to
factory
work all day, every day. That's when it's one path or the other.
Yeah, that's an extreme level as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just feel like so many people chase happiness through money. Like, this is, I know it sounds random with what we were just talking about, but it feels like people are like, oh, do I want to go and like be a rapper, be a YouTuber, travel the world? Do I really want to do that? Nah, actually, I like staying at my job, going to the pub. I like going on holidays. I like seeing my friends. I like, you know, going to Fort Park and doing this. And like, I like doing these fun stuffs.
Which, if you like, fair play.
Which is awesome. Like, good for you. That's the actual point, isn't it? It's like, do whatever makes you happy. That's literally what we're talking about, isn't it? Like, if that makes you happy, then like, smash it. If you want to do an office job, like, fucking smash it. You can make tons of money and be super happy. That's sort of that's literally what we're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the whole point, because I feel
at
like
the end of the day, these companies don't work, or the uni doesn't work out. I could go back to construction, work outdoors, be with my family, have my friends around me, earn enough to have an upkeep, raise a child. I'm happy. Yeah. But I might as well pursue my dreams in the meantime whilst I can, whilst it's expensive. That's
what I'm saying.
Just do it. Just go for it.
that literally links to my point about people just chasing money, because if you're just chasing money for the sake of, again, if it makes you truly happy, but the actual truth is it doesn't actually. Like for a lot of people, I think a lot of people just use that as an excuse. A lot of people are ready to say, look, like, you know, working this and that makes them happy, but it's what they want to do. But it's probably truly not what they want to do. They generally had a choice in front of them what they could do. It's all about like what was it you said a minute ago? I said link to my thing. My brain's gone blank. You said something linked to my thing. I said something linked to your thing. My brain's gone completely blank.
The
but
first one.
My actual point was
There needs to be a collection of how many times we do that, because it will happen.
Like a little counter down here.
This is the high community, so.
So like, what my point was is that people just chase the money. That's what I was at. People chase the money. People just trying to get too comfortable doing one thing. Right, that's what I was saying. People work in office jobs, that's what you want to do, or people that work on construction, that's what you want to do. People work in Tesco, that's what you want to do. That's all fucking cool. That's absolutely awesome.
As long as you're happy.
Exactly. But that's the point that I'm getting at, is a lot of people actually aren't happy. Like, for someone like me, I earn my money by the hour. Like, I work at a supermarket, so it's literally clock it in, and then when the shift's done, you clock out. So obviously,
you're alright with that, aren't you?
Yeah, I love that. For what it is right now, it's perfect. It is perfect.
Perfect example when I done it, didn't I?
Yeah.
It drove me insane.
You hated it.
I felt treated. I hated it, and it was genuinely better for me to just leave it, because it was fucking me up in a weird way. Like I didn't like that, and go into an outdoor job which I now enjoy and are loving. But it's just that just proves the point of everyone's different. You need to find your own path.
Exactly, and that was the sort of the thing with me, is that like, I got to the sort of point where I was trying to pay for so much. So obviously I do like a set amount of hours a week, and they aren't full-time hours. It's not 9 till 5 or 8 till 4, whatever. It's like here and there and whatnot. Right, I won't go into it because it's boring. Who cares? But like, if I needed like more money, I'd have to work like an extra day or two a week, and then like that would take away from my like usual routine, and it like pulled me like into a place where I was like, felt like I was constantly working. This is meant to be like my summer off uni, but then like I need that money because otherwise I won't be able to do all these amazing holidays and trips. And I like, at that point, this is like the next topic I want to talk about, because at that point, right, whilst I was happy because I was earning a good amount of money, being able to pay for everything, being able to go on holidays, not working stupid long hours. I was doing like probably like 30 to 35 hours a week, and they were early morning shifts, so it was all basically full time, but just a bit under, right? Whilst I was happy, it was my mental state that actually changed. Like, I was moodier in a way, even though I was happier. I was a bit moodier. Things were getting to me a little bit more. And the most important thing is, I want to get to this, is when I actually turned that mood around. When I was doing the exact same, so like 1 week I was doing the exact same stuff, and then literally the beginning of the next week I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let this get to me anymore. I'm going to be happy. Even if I'm doing this, I'm going to at least make good of it, because that will at least bring me something.
On your head.
And that literally changed. I was doing the same job, paying the same stuff, doing all the exact same things as the week before, but I just thought, actually this week I'm going to put some more mental effort in and actually just enjoy it and accept it for what it is, and just get on with it and try and enjoy myself. Because although, like I said, I don't like this job in terms of like what I actually want to do. I keep doing this. I need to counter for that as well, because I don't like this job in terms of like what I actually want to do. It's still, I still know I have to do it, so I can still be happy about it. Do you see what I'm getting at?
I'll see what you're getting at, definitely.
Because obviously you've probably been there where you're doing like GCSEs, college, or shit. You don't want to be there, but like if you just change your mental state around.
It's all about how you go into something. It's with anything, like with skateboarding. I know it's a bad reference, but for me it's perfect. This is what I do. If you go and say 50 grand, if you're a skater, you know, with the mental attitude of I'm not going to do this, I'm going to hurt myself, you're more likely going to fall off. You're going to hurt your back. You're going to scrape yourself up. Yep. If you go in like full semmo, like I'm going to land this no matter what. I know how to do this. I can picture this trick in my head. It doesn't matter. Go with a bit of speed. Like go for it. You're going to more likely to. You are less likely to hurt yourself. 1 and 2. You're more likely to land the trick because you've already envisioned it happening in your mind. You've not got that doubt in your mind. It's the same with anything. If you keep going to yourself, I could do this, but that. I could do this, but that. I could do this, but that. You're not going to get there. If you tell yourself, do you know what? I could do it. It may be hard, but I can do it, and you stick at it. You can do anything. It doesn't matter what you want to do.
It's like, for example, I said to Jamie like about 2 days ago, because he's going on holiday this weekend. He's going to be away for a bit, and obviously whatever work here and there. So I was like, when you're back, do you want to like start this podcast and start doing skateboarding vlogs and all this shit? And he was like, yeah, I want to do it. Like that'd be good. And I was like, oh cool, look, we're going to do it. Like he's always down. We've always done this sort of thing before, right? Yeah. And then I saw you at home today again because obviously you've been off work 'cause you've got a bad ankle, and I was like, oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I've got a few hours left. Like, I literally was gonna go to work, go to the gym, and then chill for like 2 hours before I have to go out tonight. I was like, actually, do you know what? That's a perfect opportunity right now to use my time wisely, just to get out and do what I want.
Exactly.
And I feel so good to just start this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just go for it.
To just be like, start. This is the start. This is the start date. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now.
Let's go at it. Just go at it. As soon as you start it, that's it.
It's
possible.
Exactly. I lost the fucks I give about other people, what they thought about it and stuff like that. I lost that. Back in school, I was probably about year 7, and I was like not bullied because I've never been bullied, and I've always been like popular in terms of like I have like a good group of friends who would just generally know who I am. So I've never had to actually experience like bad bullying. That's not what it was. I don't want it to come across like that. I've been like fucking lucky to have like a really good friend group.
Yeah.
But like people, like I was playing Minecraft and I was trying to upload videos of it and stuff like that, and people were like taking the piss out of that and like seeing the other side of it. Again, YouTube was nowhere near. YouTube was nowhere near the size of it. And then me and Jamie like obviously got friends, and he loved doing YouTube, so we did YouTube videos together. And then at a really early age of like 13, we lost the fucks to give about what anyone else thought.
Yeah.
So now it's got to like this point, and that was like 7 years ago since I started first making videos. Actually, I made a video in 2010. That was 9 years ago.
That's nutty.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Like it's 9 years ago. That was.
Always done it. Why not?
Yeah, I've literally always been on YouTube. Like it's crazy. I've always had this, so it is generally something I've always wanted to do, and like it just feels so good now to not care what anyone else thinks and generally do the content that I enjoy doing
and just pursue it.
Yeah, like I made so many videos private and deleted them because I was like, oh, people can't see that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's all about who you surround yourself with. Like if you surround yourself with a group of people that say don't give a fuck, do what you want, then you will.
Like, do you remember when we were at like
before I had you as the best mate, so I got.
You know, I was just gonna remind you of one funny time. Like one time we were at our friend's house and we were like under the influence, so it was a very funny, good day. Like we were all very like, ooh, like funny. We went and watched all my old YouTube videos on the YouTube on like AirPlay, like with everyone there. And it was just like fucking hilarious. And like, although I was a little bit embarrassed because obviously you're just generally embarrassed.
Worse, you made some videos, you've had a bit of go at it, you've had some fun. You look back at it when you're older, you can say, look at us then.
Exactly. Like I was a little bit embarrassed because obviously you're just gonna be. It's like when you look back on photos and you're a kid, you're just a little bit embarrassed. But it's whatever, isn't it? But it just, I was looking back, I was like, oh, there's so many videos that I know are hilarious, like to look back on and all that. And it'll be so good to watch it, but I deleted them because I like cared too much or whatever, and I was like, fuck's sake, and I can never get them videos back now.
I know, it can happen though, can't it? It's that mental
state. That's why I just started buying like hard drives. I started backing everything up. Not just to be paranoid, it's just so looking back on things and having memories and having like inspirations have to go off of is so good, mate.
Yeah, it's
like,
so good, and you learn from that. You learn that now when you have a video like that, you don't delete it because you realise, I'll look back at that thing, why the fuck did I care what people think? All your stress and worries now, 10 years down the line, won't be a thing. That's what really has got me out of a negative attitude, is like, even a couple weeks, couple months, 10 years, 5 years, no matter how long it is, what you're stressing about right now, what you're thinking about, what you're complaining about isn't even going to be on your mind. So why even bother about it right now? Why waste the time? Have more good memories which you do think back on 10 years in the time. In 10 years time you'll think back on this. You don't think back on them little silly bickers that you had because you're stressed about something. That's why you just got to have a good attitude and positive life, and you will be happy about life.
Yeah, you really will. I feel like we're like super mature for our age because we understand a lot. Like,
a lot of people, yeah.
And you see a lot of people that don't come from the same world. Yeah, you know, a lot of people
don't come from the same world.
Don't come from the same world as us. I literally feel like I'm in it. Sometimes I speak to people like I have in previous week. Obviously not naming names, but like previous week I spoke to some people who like I'm either good friends with or haven't seen in like years, or I'm like okay friends with. And you sort of like get a vibe of where everyone is in their life, or like, and not to judge people because again that's just like shit and stupid as well. But you naturally just do as a human being. You sort of look at someone or speak to someone, you think, yeah, you're just at a completely different level from what I am.
Yeah.
Like some people don't have this in their head, don't have that grind.
Some people are still mature,
that
and
understand,
negative, and just want to have fun. That's fine. That's fine. Everyone for themselves. But I'm saying you got to surround yourself with people with the same mindset as you.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do, and you'll be successful in life. Is number one is timing. The second one is team and execution. Third one is your idea.
I like that.
Go at it.
That's good. I actually like that.
That's what you got to do, man.
It's fucking true. Well, yeah, it's fucking very true. So I have like we've like covered like loads of good bases. That was really good. Oh, there's one more one to. So this is like a bit. We've sort of covered this already, but it's just one little topic I want to talk about. Say if you were starting a business or going for YouTube, which is sort of basically like a business because obviously the way you do it. Do you need money, And what's your like? Okay, so like you can. I don't even need a definition of like money. What do I mean by money? I don't necessarily mean thousands or even hundreds. Like obviously you do need basic equipment. Say it's YouTube. You need a mic. You need like you need a laptop and webcam, whatever you know. Do you need money? Like obviously you do need a job to have money, but I mean, I think you sort of summed up when you said like you don't need investors.
There's so many ways you can think about this.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
In one perspective, you could see it as do you need money in the fact that most people that are successful on YouTube and influencers are already at a place where they're sort of faking it to making it, either faking it to making it, or they are already made it. And it's all about being rich. Do you already have to have money to pose, or is it like do you already have to have money to buy equipment, or to buy professional equipment, or to invest, or there's so many different ways you can say it, and do you need money? And I think in the long haul, no. Obviously you need a tiny bit, you need to invest, you can save up, you can get a little bit of money, you can do little jobs to get a camera, anything. You can do that, but I'm not going to lie and say that it won't be harder, because it will be harder.
It will be harder.
So many kids that have already got fucking Sony power shots and the best LGs and that are making the same sort of concept with you, professional quality, and they will stand out. So you do need to be chasing equipment, you do need to be...
Especially in 2019, right?
I think you need to sensibly invest. In 2019, you need to invest in good equipment. I'm not saying you need to start out with, but any money you make, any jobs you do, if you really want to go ham at this, you do need to invest in equipment first. It's like anything. If you want to be a mechanic, if you need to start up a shop, you need about 70 grand's worth of tools.
Yeah.
And you need that to be able to make a regular income over years. So these investments will pay back, but you need to understand that you don't need it. You can start on something small, but it will be a lot harder, a lot slower grind, and you've got to keep at it. If you're going to do that, you've got to understand that it will be slower, and you've got to keep at it and have original content, experience, personality. You need to keep going at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I'm at
if you're fortunate enough to have the equipment, yes, get it. Get it.
Because I feel like at this point now, well, like I said earlier, I'm like so motivated to actually pursue this podcast and do videos, and I want to start doing like reactionary videos together, like hilarious videos, you know, different lengths, all sorts of stuff, because I'm just so like determined now to do it. And like I've had the equipment, and I've got all the equipment now because I've like saved up, I've got it for presents, like literally over years, like every bit of equipment I have, I've had over years, and I finally feel like now I can actually do it, even though like I didn't need all this equipment, especially some of it where it's like really expensive and you could have got cheaper stuff. Like I just feel like now I've got everything, it just makes me more motivated. I mean, if you were like saving up for a camera and then you finally got that camera and you could start recording on your iPhone and you can start using the camera, and then maybe that camera earns you like $50 on YouTube in the first month, just put that money aside and once you can get a better camera, like that's the way that...
Or if you're working a job like we are, save that money and invest it in a camera or something.
Yeah.
Or in equipment.
Take a few nights in on a weekend for a month. Do you know what I mean? And just save that money.
I've only gone out once in the last 2 months and spent a bit of money because it's a right to do that, but it would put me out when I want to save and invest and do something I enjoy.
Like we're at a stage where we're doing that every week.
It's just the beginning of it.
Like doing that every week is just... You're never going to be able to do it.
It's way too expensive, you'll never be able to do it. You need to accept that. Sometimes staying in not partying all the time and saying no are the ones that you need to get success. Doesn't mean you can't have fun, you can still go to them. There's cheaper options, like me and my girlfriend, we go to we have barbecues, we go for picnics, we go camping, we chill out, we go cinema, we go for meals. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
With your friends, you can do that. You can go skate parks, you can go barbecues, you can go down the beach. Even in the winter, there's other things to do. There's always something else to do. You don't have to get pissed up and spend that much money every weekend, because that way it's just wasted investment. There's so many other things you can do.
There is so
you still should do that because everyone does and enjoy it, but there should be a limit, I think, personally.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like that. That's actually a really good point. So I think we perfectly covered the pursuit of dreams question. That was like fucking like such a good explanation. So like, this is very similar to what we just talked about, but it's a very different spin on things. So it's almost like, again, it's an opinion-based thing. So it's like maybe not so much of a definition, but what you think is like a healthy life. Like, what do you need like to actually have a healthy life? Like, we all know if you want to have a six-pack and be massive, you need to go to the gym and eat vegetables and chicken and rice or whatever. Right? They're not that healthy. That is also in it. So some subplots have, food, friends, family, doing what you love, jobs, how to balance things. So like, you know, having a healthy life for me is like, it all starts at making your bed in the morning. Like, if your environment, I mean that literally and metaphorically. Like, you should make your bed every day. It's just good for you. It's just good for your brain. And it's also like, everything starts from what's around you. Like if you wake up, you're in a night, you know, if your room's tidy or like
mindset.
yeah, you've got like a routine, you know, you got a good friendship group. That's massive for me. Like it's massively important, probably the most important on there. And like obviously girlfriend as well, because that's like common like family and stuff. Same, you know, same whole concept, family, friends, everything like that. Work is in, again, we just talked about it loads, so not like too much talk about that, but just like work is in the work you're doing, your mentality, you're happy doing it, and it doesn't get you depressed or upset or anxious and stuff like that. But like following a hobby and like having a good friend group and family group is probably the most important things to make sure that you have like a good creative outlet, or maybe not creative, maybe just an outlet of just something that
you need a healthy outlet.
Yeah, exactly, you do. So like what's your take on that, like having a healthy life?
I think a healthy life is a few factors. One, definitely it's family, and family doesn't even need to be blood related. You need to find, even if it's 2, 3, 4 good people around you can always back up, never going to judge you for a thing you do. You can talk to, you can trust, you rely on. That is hard to come by nowadays, and even if you just can steal 1 or 2 of them people, that you need that family, you need that close network, you need someone you can go to, rely to 100%. That is always one. If you don't have that, you can never be happy, and people need to understand that and start to reach out and start feeling so like they have to be closed about it. And I feel
like alone and like quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Alone. Yeah, you need to have that close knit of people, even if it's your friends that you can call family, that you feel home with. Mine's personally Tasman's girlfriend, absolutely love her a bit. That's another thing. If your relationship, you need a relationship. She was you, doesn't hold you back, tells you to go for it. Ever since I've had Jack's my best friend, Tasman my girlfriend, that's when I've started just sodding it and just going for life and being really, truly happy.
Yeah, cool.
So people you surround yourself by, and just going for having a route, finding something, a job, find something you're passionate about. You need passion in your life.
Yeah, you do.
Passion and family, and you'll be happy.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
I mean,
whether it's a passion for a lover, whether it's a passion for a sport, whether it's a passion for YouTube making, whether it's a passion for business, whether it's a passion for a workplace, you need to find something you love doing throughout the day. It gives you a reason to get up. If you don't find that, you're not going to be happy end of. You need them 3 things. It's just passion and family.
Yeah, I feel like I say that a lot as well, and I'm gonna get some counters going for this stuff that I keep repeating.
Yeah,
like this is definitely one, stuttering's one, and so I feel like it's my openest thing to everything.
Going something like this or whatever.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, like I feel that when people are thinking of healthy life, they think either like just about like food and stuff, or like just like, you know, work, and like being a bit like a balance of everything is really important. Really is, like everything. But like I'm saying it now, and I'm sure you'll agree, when you went through your mega crazy gym phase, like regular exercise of any kind, like walking, like if you like go to the gym like 7 days a week, right? It's like to compare this better thing, and eat like fucking 1,500 calories a day, and all you care about is that, like you're not gonna. You're almost like turning it into too much of a passion in terms of it's turned into something that you obsess with, and obsession can become bad, like that sort of thing.
Like me with gym,
what we were saying, right? But if you can do just regular exercise, like, you know, if you can walk, just do a little bit of running, maybe go to the gym once or twice a week.
Yeah,
if you can just
personally,
skateboard, yeah, that's what I mean. Any sort of regular exercise, football, basketball, whatever you want to do. If you can do that and just genuinely eat better, like if you stay off like crisps and chocolate and like
just make better decisions.
Like I still
have a pizza, right? But instead of having a large 2 pizza deal with a side, I have like a medium pizza and salad.
Yeah, you don't have to you don't have to stop.
Treat yourself nicely. Do you know what I mean? Make wise decisions.
And who gives a fuck about 6-pack and all that? That's a load of bullshit anyway. That's a load. That's just in your head. Exactly. That's just in your head anyway. Like
it doesn't matter. You don't need a 6-pack. You don't need none of that.
Exactly. And like. But just, that's what I'm saying. When I talk about exercise, I don't mean that. I just mean regular exercise in terms of it just keeps your brain actually better.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's an actual fact when you go to the gym, right? It releases these things in your head that, as a fact, this is not a lie. It makes you more inspired. That's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Going to the gym will make you more inspired and more
euphoric. Endorphins, euphoric.
Exactly,
euphoric. You get that through exercise.
Exactly, you really do. And like going to the gym, literally, when I messaged Jamie about coming to this pod today, it was because I was in the gym and I just got off the running machine. I felt really like euphoric. I had loads of endorphins running. I felt really inspired. And like going back to the gym has made me feel really good because that's just personally for me what works.
And you've always known that I've always personally loved doing extreme things like skateboarding, BMXing, skiing when I was younger. Then like rugby, then things like what other things I've done, MMA, then back to skateboarding, and then was going into the military cadets. I've always loved feeling like I fulfil myself and having a challenge in front of me physically as well as mentally, and that's why skateboarding is a perfect balance for me now, because I've got a few injuries, a bit worn out, I need to rest a bit, invest in my mental health as well. And skateboarding is like a physical and also a mental challenge, because you've got all these technical tricks you always learn, and you're learning about the physics. The board is the thing that's so amazing about it. It's just the basis of physics of skateboarding.
It's awesome, isn't it?
You always learn something new, and you're always physically challenging yourself. And at the end of it, you always you got that sweat. You feel like euphoria.
Yeah.
You just feel like you've done something. I love that about that sport.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's a great aggressive outlet as well.
Yeah,
it's a way to challenge you mentally and physically.
You've become like really addicted to that in like a great way. Like a great way. It's become like a revelation for you almost.
Yeah.
Like you were obviously so into it before, but
Thinking
you're miles more into it now than you ever were.
Yeah, 100%.
And you've literally doing it every day, all the time. Like it's great. I'm saying that's a positive thing. I'm saying that's like a really good thing.
And I'm learning from different people and all I've met, and I've been in so many different businesses, and I've taken business courses, and now's the time for me to just go hammer something and be inspired and just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, like you've never looked more yourself as well. Like that's something I want to talk about for myself personally, because I think I have a very extreme case of this.
Yeah.
But like, no, you're wearing all the clothes you want to wear now. Like that's just
got the Carhartt, the Dickies, the
that's come from skateboarding, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And like being more creative and having like a creative outlet,
so
right?
Positive and don't judge you for what you wear, and they encourage you to be whatever the fuck
Yeah,
you want.
and you're like your creative outlet has actually benefited you in terms of becoming more of who you are.
Yeah, and a business opportunity and a realization that you can do something if you go for it because you love it.
Exactly, it comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's full
That's
circle.
what I was talking about a minute ago. Because basically, if you had to sum up my clothing style for like the last 5 years, maybe more, like around that, it's like skinny black jeans, like any shoes. I love shoes. Plain t-shirt, like nothing wrong with that. Obviously, I'm saying this is pretty
Classic
plain anyway,
Bob
apart from
vibe.
the back actually.
No,
Just like plain and like just Jack Rules hoodie or just one simple Adidas hoodie, and like I never
The
wear
ultra
hats,
boost
and I
all the
started
time.
wearing hats every now and then, and like
the gym shoes we'd wear, wouldn't we? The Roman shoes.
Yeah.
They're still nice, but like. do you know what I
and
mean?
again, obviously, if that's your vibe, that's your vibe.
Yeah.
But I really knew it was never really my vibe. Like I always cared. I don't really care about fashion. I just like wearing like different, cool, fun clothes. Like I do
Always
care
been
about
into
clothes
fashion.
a little bit. Like I am into fashion, but not so much. Like I don't know if like fashion people think that means I'm gonna wear like these extravagant, amazing clothes. I just like my light clothing though. Like I'm a big fan of clothing, and like the sort of clothes. Yeah. So like, what I'm getting out of this is, since I started skateboarding, and as of like a few months ago and a few like weeks ago, like that sort of stuff, like I just started realizing I need to wear more of the stuff that I like, and I just like I always wear skinny as fuck. I can't really sit like these are like cargo trousers now. Like
And that's
doesn't
another
really
thing I'd
give
like to do is like a fashion style podcast where we talk about the shit we
talk
wear.
about clothes. Yeah. So like, if you put
You
your
got the Dickies on,
exactly.
then you got the belts and stuff, the tops, the tattoos. You just want to talk about style vlogs and stuff.
Yeah,
I
like
reckon that'd be
the
sick.
tattoos as
wouldn't
well.
it?
That'd be a great idea.
Subjects.
That's like another show idea. Right, we're gonna think about something. This is
just us
down.
introducing ourselves.
I like
and
this.
setting out.
This
like,
is such a good idea.
It's setting out like an idea of what the show is going to be about. There's so many other things we're going to talk about. It's just a general idea of how this is going to be.
That.
How it's going to be laid out. What we're going to talk about. Really brainstorm for us as well.
Exactly.
Conversations.
Yeah, 100%. And like getting tattoos and shit. Like I've got like 2 random tattoos on my leg. Like literally, I have a tattoo here on my foot. Where me and Jamie I came to Jamie's house. She was like, "Do you want to come? Do you want to come get a tattoo with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, go on then." And I went there, literally on the day, and I was like, "What do you want? Like you're about to get your tattoo?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll quickly just look on my phone about what I should get."
Yeah, we just showed
that was actually how it happened, and then an hour later I had a tattoo.
Sometimes.
Yeah, man, I fucking love that mentality, and that's why I started wearing the clothes that I want, like wearing a ring, wearing like a necklace, wearing whatever hat I want, like getting tattoos, wearing the clothes I want, because it's like when I got that tattoo, people will spend so long thinking about what they want about a tattoo, and that's great. Like if you don't know what you want and you want to take a bit more time, fair play. But honestly, your body is not a fucking like. Just don't abuse it in a bad way. But I mean, like, just have a few tattoos on you isn't the end of the fucking world.
No, yeah.
Like you'll forget about it next week anyway. Like
you're gonna die in fucking maximum like 100 years anyway.
This will all be over, and it will all be over. So what does it matter? Exactly. What does it matter? It doesn't matter.
That's that's sick. Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Get more. I don't get why there's a bad judgment about it nowadays, and it really aggravates me. We'll talk loads about that. And if this continues to be a thing, which it fucking will, you'll see our progression of our sleeves as well, and that'll be a topic we can have all the time. New
100%.
tattoos. I'm just buzzed for this, and this is the start saying it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, this is definitely the start of something, because I really feel like. Again, I said it again.
We
I wonder what the
companies
counter
and
is. If I remember to do a
coming.
counter for this, I actually would love to see. Sorry to interrupt you. I just would love to see what the actual counter is. I keep fucking saying it.
Yeah.
But like, this is exactly the vibe we're going for. Like everything we spoke about today is going to be like elaborated on, done in different sections.
Yeah,
Like
100%. More topics. Chill. We'll have more. When we get community based, we'll ask you guys questions.
100%.
It'll be good. We'll have topics.
We've got some great ideas. Like seriously
I'm
great
going to be
ideas.
holding some company jam soon. Information coming soon. If
Coming
you want.
soon, very soon.
Public stuff, so keep an eye out for that. A few people might already be following my Instagram.
Yeah, we'll
Some
get all the
very
links.
exciting coming.
Everyone's Instagram links and all that stuff will be in the description. Because like,
We've got loads of projects coming up, and this is just the start. So this is literally, this is gonna get nothing. But I'm so excited. This is gonna get like 10 views, but you wait, baby.
that's the whole point, isn't it? Right?
Yeah, whole point, bro.
I don't give a
point.
shit about like views is good, and I would love to have like 10 million views. But at the
Doesn't
same
matter.
time, if I'm having like a great time, which I am,
Exactly. I don't
doing
care
this,
what the
then
views
who
are.
cares, isn't it? It's such a good
I'm
like.
buzzing for this in the start zone.
Yeah, it's gonna be such
We've
a
got the
fun
camera
idea.
coming tonight.
Yeah,
We've got vlogs coming. We've got a company coming. You got some sick photography coming. It's all looking up.
we'll be recording these
Keep
without
your
a
eye
doubt.
out, basically.
Yeah, keep your eye out. But like to give like to talk about it a little bit, we're recording these at least no matter what once a week. Like that's
Yes.
confirmed.
I'll
Like
also
this.
have a vlog once a week. Vlog style skate once a week. 100%.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like there's no. I mean, it's a thing of the past on YouTube, especially. It's more like a 2012-13 thing of like having like an upload schedule. Like this will be uploaded here, this will be
It's
uploaded
gonna be
there.
once a week. I don't know what day. It'll just be.
But
a
yeah,
week. I'll
that's
film
almost the
video.
fun of it, though, right? You don't know
Yeah.
what you're gonna get, anything, and they're all gonna be like crazy, cool, fun
Just jam with
content.
us. Say what you want.
Like if
Send
you like,
us some videos
yeah.
of you. We might even make clips of people that send us shit. We're gonna have community jams. We'll make stuff with that. I've got a company coming soon. Stickers, t-shirts, which we'll make videos about. I can't say much more now. There's just so much to be excited about.
Yeah,
and
like-
so much that we can share with you.
like that's what this is gonna entail. Like clothing,
Adventures over
tattoos, adventuring.
Adventuring, growing up.
Skateboarding, love and life, like talking about controversial topics, talking about anything we feel like we're just free
Travelling
thinkers.
America at the end of the year,
We're not
we'll
here
be
to like
vlogging
that'd be
skate
fucking
parks and
awesome.
stuff.
That's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go down. I said to you about it. That's what. Do you remember the other day when you opened my Snapchat and then you forgot what it was, and I was like, oh, I forgot too.
What's that one?
The other day I Snapchatted you and you opened it. I was like, oh, did you not read what I said? And you were like, no,
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was me
Oh,
asking you,
that's me.
because obviously getting your camera
Yeah,
when you get back from holiday about going to Brighton
yeah.
skate park. I'll drive us down there.
100%.
Like, do you know what I mean? We'll just go there for the day.
Yeah.
That'll be a sick. That'll be such a sick vlog.
It will be a sick vlog.
Like that will actually
Hopefully
be
my
sick.
ankles recover by then, so the skate will be.
Yeah,
mostly
in like
recovered.
3 weeks, 4 weeks time, you can
Hopefully, yeah,
definitely
should
do
be
it.
good.
That'd be awesome.
He returned back to skating vlog. I've had a bit of an ankle injury a few days back.
Yeah,
Hence I'm off work.
exactly that. So, yeah, is that? I think we've like covered a lot of bases there.
Yeah, I
And
think
how I
let's
wanna
give us
introduce
what
ourselves.
we're gonna do.
Yeah, fucking. Thank you very much, Bowl, for joining.
Thank you.
Can't wait to do this every single time together. Again, I think I want to call this the high cast.
High cast.
Or the flying high cast. I don't know. We're something along these lines. We're gonna think about that. We're gonna trial it.
Flying high cast.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out together. We'll do it.
We'll sort it out.
We'll sort it out. Right. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. All my links below.
Wait.
Jamie's links below.
Shout out the Instas. Let's get a hashtag. Fucking. That's what we're doing. Let's call it right now. Let's decide.
Hashtag for this. The
Yeah,
show.
High cast.
The high. No. The high fly cast. No, that's too like. Is that too much of a tongue twister?
You vote. Hashtag high cast. Hashtag high fly cast. Fly high cast.
Fly high cast. Yeah.
Fly
Or
high cast. At Jim Jam Harris 105 Instagram, and you'll put the tags up, won't you?
we'll pop tag this shit.
We'll pop
And
tag this
everything's
shit.
in
Get some
below.
hashtags going on us. We'll put a poll up. What we reckon the name should be. Let's go.
There's gonna be genuine effort and shit put into this. I hope you
Yeah.
can appreciate that and love this shit.
Mm.
Thank you very much. It's been fucking awesome. One more time, Bowl.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yo.
Right. Check out everything. Shit coming soon. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Woo!
Don't sleep. Get on there.
See you later, buddy. Bye.